Hello, friends. Today I am going to be talking about my hip and why I had a hip replacement when I was 19, because it's not normal. It's really not normal. They're not, well, they are rare, but I have met other people my age / a bit older, like 20s, 30s, who have had hip replacements. So they're not that, well, they are rare. I'm mainly going to talk about my diagnosis in this video because what was wrong with me was a bit weird, and that is a rare thing. But you know what? I want to help people who were in the same or who are in the same situation as I was, because it's not fun. I've got a blog post on my blog, obviously, about the history of my hip and everything, and I will link that in the description. And it's myhipdoesnotwork.blogspot.co.uk, I think. But yeah, so go check that out if you want to know more about like the history and what happened. So the first diagnosis I had when I first saw my current consultant was coxa profunda leading to protrusio, which basically means coxa means hips, profunda means basically deep hip sockets, and then protrusio is where the head of your femur goes like past a certain point when it meets your pelvis. So like you got your pelvis, you've got the head of your femur. Mine was like going through my pelvis, basically. It's fun. It hurt a lot. They did like a load of scans and tests and stuff, and just to check I didn't have arthritis or any other fucking weird shit, and they all came back negative, which isn't really what we wanted, because we wanted like a solid answer, but my body is weird. So the only way they could fix it, sort out the pain, stop the pain, was a hip replacement. I was 17 when I was told this. So then when I was 18, I had another appointment with my consultant, but I actually saw a registrar, and he basically said that I was too young, I wasn't in enough pain, so he told me to try physio. I've been doing physio for like 4 years before that, so no, bitch. So then I sent a passive-aggressive email, because that's how you get things done. I sent a passive-aggressive email to my actual consultant being like, what? Please. Like, I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but it really like impacts you when you're in so much pain, especially at my age, because obviously I couldn't go to uni, I couldn't see my friends as much as I wanted to, I couldn't go out clubbing or anything because I'd be in too much pain. I could hardly go shopping, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with that. I only just managed to go to work. What I'd do is I'd wake up in the morning, go to work, get home and go to bed, because I physically couldn't do anything else. The pain just made me so tired, and yeah, so I kind of was like, I want my life, I want a life, I'm only 18. So basically, because well, I also have mental health issues now, but they were very, very bad back then. You just sort of drop it in. They're like, okay. So he agreed to do it, obviously, because it was impacting my life so much. And yeah, I was at that point, I think, I had an x-ray done, so this was November 2017, I want to say. Yeah, November 2017. This is what my x-ray looked like. So my hip wasn't, it is bad. If you can't read x-rays, just Google it. But it was bad enough to cause me so much pain and stuff. And then from then, it just got worse. So I had to wait until June 2018 to actually have my hip done. Have it, you know, chopped off and a new one put in. And I was on crutches. I literally was in so much pain. I think I went on sick leave for work at least like a month before my operation, because I physically couldn't. Yeah, tough time. So I was diagnosed in November I don't know if I said, but I had a protrusio deformity, which basically means the head of my femur went through the point in my pelvis and was just like wearing down the bone. When you're discharged from the ward after your surgery, you get given another diagnosis basically. So I got diagnosed with coxarthrosis, which is hip arthritis basically. It's a disease you're meant to get in your old age. So coxarthrosis leads to the destruction of your hip joint. It can be managed with painkillers. I have been on high strength, big painkillers, big scary painkillers that really messed me up. I couldn't take ibuprofen anymore because I was like resistant to it. It didn't help my pain. So I was on like naproxen, codeine, all that stuff. There are two types of coxarthrosis. So type 1 is, well, basically means the cause is unknown, which is what I had. They think it's genetic, but they're not sure. It's like 50-50 if you have coxarthrosis. If you have coxarthrosis, can't talk. You have type 1 or type 2. It's 50-50 kind of with both. So type 2 is brought on by other issues like rheumatoid arthritis, endocrine issues, and stuff like that. This is my hip now, and it's doing well. I still have pain from surgery, and I'm 7 months, but that's because my hip wasn't actually made for me. You're not actually meant to do a lot of stuff because they're made for old people who don't do as much. But my physio's basically said you're pushing it to the extreme, and I'm just like, sorry. So there's some things that I won't ever be able to do, which is kind of upsetting, but I'd rather not be in pain. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, my hip flexors are a bit funny. Hip flexor, because it's only on my left side, is a bit funny because basically they had to move my hip flexor off the bone. Disgusting, I know. They had to move the hip flexor off the bone and then put it onto the prosthetic, and that's not really what it's meant to be attached to, so it's kind of like, Emily, what are you doing? What is this? It's alright, I can deal with it. And if it gets bad, I just pop some pills. That is why I had a hip replacement. That was my diagnosis basically. I'm sorry if I was chatting a load of shit because that's what I normally do. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe. Follow my Instagram at EmilyMay99, and also follow my blog, which is myhipdoesnotwork.blogspot.co.uk, which I will link them all in the description. Yes, I hope I've helped someone who may be in the same situation as I was. I'm gonna make a lot more videos about hip replacements and stuff when you're young because they're not fun. Okay, goodbye.